The World Citizen Identity Card. To understand the meaning and purpose of a World Citizen Identity Card, it helps to look closely at the four words that define it. World, Citizen, Identity, Card. Let's begin with the first part. The world. What we understand as the world can be very different. For us humans, our world is first and foremost our home, the Earth known in cosmology as Terra. Our world includes everything that exists on this planet, from the smallest single-celled organism to the largest living creature, and not only today, but from the very beginning. For many people, even dinosaurs are still part of their emotional world. But our world also extends to the deep interior of the Earth, right down to the glowing liquid iron core. When a volcano sends its fiery embers into the sky, a mighty cloud rises from the Earth's interior into the stratosphere. Suddenly, everything above the Earth's surface becomes part of our world too. The stratosphere, the climate, the atmosphere, just as climate researchers remind us every day. And from time to time, young couples lie in a meadow at night and look up at the sky. In an instant, their world expands. Planets, stars, galaxies, even the question of infinity. And for the philosophers among the lovers, the question of time quickly arises. For our world is not only the past and present, for all who hope, the future is part of it too. And this brings us to the second part of the World Citizen Identity Card. The Citizen. A newborn entering the world needs a future. Today we classify a newborn human as a member of the species Homo sapiens. This has not always been the case. All other hominid species we know from Earth's history have long disappeared, perhaps through natural disasters, perhaps through competition. Only Homo sapiens remains, the species that named itself. Sapientia means wisdom, insight, and knowledge. Of course, we do not expect wisdom from a newborn. These qualities are potentials waiting to unfold. The wisdom and the insight of the generations has taught us that every child needs education, not only to learn skills and tools, but to discover the full breadth of what it means to be human. Today, we focus mainly on tool intelligence. Mathematics, languages, history, biology, physics, chemistry, and now digital skills. This is what our schools and universities teach us. But human potential extends beyond tools. It includes the ability to love, to act with dignity, to show empathy, respect, and care. These are the qualities that belong to social intelligence. And yet, where do we learn social intelligence? Where are the schools or universities that cultivate it? How is a newborn supposed to develop the social intelligence necessary to become a citizen, or even a world citizen? What does citizen even mean? Originally, a citizen was someone living in a fortified place or town. By the Middle Ages, citizens were the legally privileged, the meliores, the better off. Many great cultures, from the Inca to ancient Egypt and civilizations in Asia, show similar developments. Today, citizens of a state share equal rights and obligations. Status, clothing, professional wealth no longer define citizenship. Civil rights and civic duties evolved to maintain order within the city walls. Today, the boundaries of our civil community are no longer city walls. They are the earth itself. If we want order in our human world, we need forms of interaction that protect dignity, express humanity, and show social intelligence. One globally recognized code for such interaction is the Universal Declaration of Human Rights. As so often in human history, a great failure was needed to establish what humanity requires. In this case, the Second World War led to the Declaration of Human Rights in the form of a universal charter, and the founding of the United Nations, with its sub-organizations UNICEF and UNESCO. 300 years ago, Immanuel Kant called upon us to develop a consciousness of world citizenship. Ethics can only be universal when they include all people, everywhere. But do we truly live as global citizens? Do we think beyond our national borders? Do we really wish to live together with all members of the species Homo sapiens? Do we trust that wisdom and insight can guide humanity? Or do we still react like ancient clans, fearing, rejecting, or attacking those who look different, speak differently, dress differently, or seem foreign to us? If we want a human world in which human stands in contrast to inhuman, if we want dignified interaction, mutual respect, and trust in the power of love and connection, then we must learn to follow a code of humanity. This code is not a restriction of freedom. It is the path toward freedom. Toward peace, friendship, and respect for every individual human form. Identity. The development of a newborn depends on whether parents, families, communities, nations, and ultimately the entire world understand, recognize, and apply this code of humanity, and support the child's growth into a human being with identity. Human identity is shaped by identification with values. The vox humana, the voice of humanity, should guide us. A voice that orients people toward dignity and wisdom. Such an identity embraces responsibility for shaping human relationships with respect and awareness. For this identity to grow, the child must communicate with its environment. Dignity must be learned through conversation, example, and encounter. The highest form of human communication is dialogue, entering into a respectful relationship with another person, knowing that the stranger is a fellow human being. Philosopher Martin Buber was a pioneer in the art of dialogue. Dialogue brings forth wisdom, insight, and knowledge. It is the gateway to human encounter. This is why our logo contains this gate of encounter, the door to the world, to world citizenship, and to the World Citizen Foundation. The card. How do we set such development in motion? How does an individual begin the journey from biological Homo sapiens to a socially intelligent world citizen? This is where the power of the World Citizen Identity Card becomes clear. This card is part of the path to humanity. A path through declaration, without recognition by the community. Even the most beautiful human dreams remain dreams. To make the dream of human dignity real, every person needs a moment of declaration, a moment in which they express their values and become visible to others as someone committed to humanity. The World Citizen Identity Card allows each person to affirm this code of humanity and to join the Vox Humana, the voice of humanity. It looks familiar. A photo, a chip, an ID number, an expiry date. But it is more than a card. It is a multi-purpose card, a daily companion that symbolizes a shared commitment to universal human values and that helps generate funds for the common good. There will be an ownership fee, but also ways for people without means to receive a card. The card builds a global community of people who identify with world citizenship. Those who use the card's credit card functions support the cause financially. To expand its impact, organizations can join as World Citizen partners. Banks, travel agencies, hotel chains, airlines, clubs, and others. By joining, they show their commitment to human values and support the World Citizen Society. In return, they will receive visibility, branding benefits, and the opportunity to offer awards to cardholders. Cardholders receive benefits or refunds when using partner services. Part of these benefits goes back to the cardholder, and another part directly supports the non-profit mission. All partner fees and contributions fund the Society's projects in education, medicine, diversity, equity, inclusion, and more, dedicated to establish human standards in a global world. In 2024, the World Citizen Society was founded in Limburg, Belgium. It operates under the patronage of Janet C. Zalazar, chairman of the Foundation for the Support of the United Nations, in general consultative status with the United Nations Economic and Social Council in New York. As a non-profit initiative, the Society strives to support and establish universal human standards in a global world. To make these standards real and accessible to all who believe in living diversity and thinking universality. We warmly invite you to join us, to step through the gate that opens the possibility of valuing humanity above nationhood and recognizing ourselves as citizens of the world.